Hi, and welcome back to the 1426 Songs to Forget audio commentary. Find Your Place is the first song on the Songs to Forget EP. It's the longest running track, which starts out with a very long, droning intro. At the time, I felt it was perfectly normal to have such a very long intro to a song. I wasn't really worried at all about conventions or booking agents, reviewers, skipping through the first track because it was too long. And maybe since that time, it might have even become sort of a habit for 1426 to have very long opening intros. But it was only after quite some time that, after finishing Songs to Forget, that people pointed out in reviews, etc., like, man, this is a really long intro. And then it struck me. Then I realized, yes, this is very unconventional. At one point, some piano comes in. This is a digital piano, just a fairly simple sample-based piano. And also some acoustic guitars recorded in my bedroom. I think about 99% of the entire Songs to Forget EP was recorded out of my bedroom. And the guitar I just did with a simple condenser, really cheap condenser microphone stuck in front of the guitar. And I just strummed and plucked a few simple things just to get that layered sound going. At one point, I wanted these really big, heavy-sounding drums to come in, and I didn't really had a good way of recording good-sounding drums at the time, so I used digital drums, and I tried to get this really heavy, boomy sound, but that never really turned out that well. And also because I didn't have a lot of experience with mixing, it ended up sounding very small and not very big. So that was a bit of a disappointment. Songs to Forget was the first collection of songs that I wrote and recorded by myself. Up to that point, I used to play drums in bands, and that was what I had lessons in and what I practiced for 10-15 years. When I decided to quit playing drums to write and record my own music, it was a pretty scary period. I didn't really know where to start, and I couldn't play guitar, keyboards, or read music notation. Most of these things I still cannot do very well today, but I somehow learned just enough to get around and arrange songs that people apparently enjoy listening to. So at the time, I had been in studios with my other bands quite a lot, so I knew what the recording process was like, what steps were involved and on. All this information was sort of in the back of my head, but really doing it yourself was difficult. It involved a very steep learning curve.
I have to go now. Have a Merry Christmas!
So there we go, the long intro is finally over. And the sample you just heard was recorded from a television set playing the movie The 12 Monkeys with Bruce Willis and Madeleine Stowe. It's the scene where the character of Madeleine Stowe makes a phone call saying a few lines and then ending with a funny "Have a Merry Christmas." I like the way it turns from something funny in the movie to rather creepy and sarcastic when fitted into this song. So if you didn't know where it was from, there you go, it's from the 12 Monkeys, great movie. So we are left with some very simple guitar strums and a synth path in the background. The singing on Songs to Forget is very quiet, very close to the microphone. And I also sung in very low tones almost everywhere. This style was mainly because I liked it from some metal bands that I listened to, and lucky for me it sounded nice without needing too much technique. It was more about the feeling than actual proper singing.
I feel so old, and this is not the face I remember. Where have I been? Where has everybody gone to?
I had to rely on lots of repetition and very simple three-tone melodies for this first EP because I just couldn't play guitar very well. So I couldn't really do more flashy, complex things. Another part of it was also my love for this very slow and dark style, much used by bands I listened to when I was a teenager, like Early Anathema, My Dying Bride. An album I totally love is A Deeper Kind of Slumber, and it has definitely been a huge influence for me to start recording solo music using drum computers and keyboards. It might not sound the same at all, but it was definitely a big influence for sure.